Cleopatra, a woman so beautiful she could make the moon envious. But was she really that beautiful? This question has puzzled historians for centuries. The name Cleopatra instantly conjures images of a seductive queen, a woman whose beauty was so captivating that it changed the course of history. But was this actually the case? The enigma of Cleopatra's beauty is a fascinating one. Many of us have a common perception of her as an extraordinary beauty, a perception that is largely based on her portrayal in popular culture, from Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra to Elizabeth Taylor's iconic role in the 1963 film Cleopatra. Yet, historical accounts of her physical appearance are conflicting, with some sources describing her as strikingly beautiful, while others suggest she was rather ordinary-looking. These discrepancies have only added to the mystery surrounding Cleopatra's looks. Let's embark on a journey back in time to understand the truth of Cleopatra's beauty. Born into royalty, Cleopatra's life was anything but ordinary. The last queen of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt, Cleopatra was born in late 69 BC into a world of opulence and intrigue. Her early life was marked by the struggle for power within her own family, an experience that undoubtedly shaped her perception of beauty and power. Raised in the royal palace of Alexandria, Cleopatra was exposed to the finest education and culture of the time. She was well versed in politics, mathematics, and various languages, including Greek and Egyptian. This intellectual beauty, combined with her royal lineage, likely played a significant role in forming the image of her beauty. Ancient Egypt had its own unique beauty standards, valuing physical traits such as a slim figure, symmetrical features, and elaborate hairstyles, often adorned with gold and jewels. Cleopatra, growing up in this environment, would have been influenced by these standards. Her beauty, whether physical or intellectual, began to take shape in these early years. Ascending the throne at 18, Cleopatra's reign was marked by power, politics, and of course, beauty. Now let's dive into the heart of Cleopatra's reign. This period was a whirlwind of alliances, betrayals, and political maneuvering. At the center of it all was Cleopatra, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt. Her reign began in 51 BC when she was just 18 years old. From the get-go, she demonstrated a keen understanding of politics and power. But perhaps her most powerful tool was her legendary beauty. It was in 48 BC that Julius Caesar, the Roman general, arrived in Egypt. Rumor has it that Cleopatra was smuggled into his presence, wrapped in a carpet. That night, her beauty and charm bewitched Caesar, and he became her ally. This alliance was more than just personal. It was a strategic move that reinforced Cleopatra's power in Egypt. After Caesar's assassination in 44 BC, Cleopatra found another ally in Mark Antony, a member of the Second Triumvirate that ruled Rome. Their relationship was not just romantic, but also a political alliance. Cleopatra's beauty again played a crucial role in forging this alliance, and Antony even chose to side with her against his fellow triumvir Octavian. However, Cleopatra's beauty was not just about physical attractiveness. She was known for her intellect, her wit, and her conversational skills. She spoke as many as 9 languages, and was well educated in politics and philosophy. These attributes made her irresistibly charming and contributed to her political success. In the end, Cleopatra's reign was characterized by a complex intertwining of politics and beauty. Her relationships with Caesar and Antony were not just love stories, but strategic alliances that shaped the fate of Egypt and Rome. Cleopatra used her beauty and charm not just to win hearts, but to wield power. Cleopatra's beauty and charm were not just physical attributes, but strategic weapons in her political arsenal. Despite the romanticized notions of her beauty, historical accounts paint a different picture. When we think of Cleopatra, we often envision a woman of unparalleled beauty, an image largely shaped by Hollywood portrayals. But what did Cleopatra really look like? Ancient accounts vary. The famous Greek biographer Plutarch, for instance, didn't focus on her physical beauty, but rather her wit and charm. He described Cleopatra as a woman who could speak multiple languages, was well-read, and had a captivating presence. Yet, other sources offer us a different viewpoint. Coins from her era depict Cleopatra with a prominent nose, a strong chin, and a furrowed brow. These were features that, according to Greek and Roman standards of beauty, were not considered conventionally attractive. In addition, surviving statues and busts of Cleopatra show a woman with similar features. A strong, distinctive face, far from the idealized beauty standards of her time. These physical depictions are a far cry from the flawless beauty we often associate with Egypt's last pharaoh. So why the discrepancy? It's likely that Cleopatra's allure was more about her intellect and charisma than her physical appearance. As a ruler, she was astute and politically savvy, qualities that would have made her attractive in a different sense. She was known to be highly educated and multilingual, speaking as many as 9 languages. These attributes would have made her a formidable negotiator and diplomat, crucial skills for a queen. Moreover, her charismatic personality was said to be incredibly captivating. She had a knack for making people feel seen and heard. Her ability to connect with people on an emotional level, combined with her intellectual prowess, would have made her incredibly compelling. So, while we may have a certain image of Cleopatra in our minds, it's important to remember that beauty is subjective and multifaceted. Cleopatra's beauty, it seems, was not just skin deep. Cleopatra's beauty, real or exaggerated, continues to intrigue us centuries later. Her allure, a powerful cocktail of intellect and charisma, has transcended time, becoming an emblem of beauty and power. The perception of her beauty has undeniably evolved, morphing from a physical attribute to a more holistic understanding of her persona. In the modern world, Cleopatra is celebrated not just for her supposed physical beauty, but also for her intellectual prowess and political acumen. Her story has been retold countless times, each iteration adding a new layer to our understanding of her allure. The Cleopatra of today is an embodiment of strength, intelligence, and ambition, qualities that are increasingly recognized as key facets of beauty. Her legacy has significantly influenced modern beauty standards, encouraging a shift towards a more comprehensive definition of beauty, one that values intellect, leadership, and individuality as much as physical attributes. Cleopatra's beauty, whether by physical or intellectual means, remains a captivating aspect of her enduring legacy. So, was Cleopatra really that beautiful? As we've delved into the enigma of her beauty, we've realized that beauty, particularly in the context of ancient Egypt, was a complex and multifaceted concept. We explored Cleopatra's early life and reign, and understood that her beauty was perhaps not solely physical, but a combination of her intellect, charisma, and political acumen. We also discussed how perceptions of Cleopatra's beauty have evolved over time, influenced by culture, politics, and art. We've seen how Cleopatra's legacy has been shaped and reshaped by these perceptions, and how her image has been used and manipulated throughout history. The question of Cleopatra's beauty is not a simple one to answer. It's not just about whether she was physically attractive by modern standards, but about how her beauty was perceived in her own time and context. In the end, Cleopatra's beauty, much like the woman herself, remains an alluring mystery that continues to captivate us.